Tony, a very explosive situation here, a potentially explosive situation. Really a lot of ill feelings between both teams, and it doesn't take really much to ignite total chaos.
Once again, Gibson and beautiful Bobby are in. And they lock up. Right back to a neutral corner. This is where beautiful Bobby is so dangerous. Gibson trying to hold on, and Tommy Young calling for the break. He got one. Got a clean break.
Showing a little respect for the punching power of Robert Gibson. He backed off.
Certainly did, and once again, still a lot of talk between both teams, back and forth, intimidation, obviously dislike for each other, and now back to another neutral corner. Here we go, and this time it is Eaton with his back to the corner. And Gibson gives a clean break also, and Bobby Eaton was ready to defend himself that time. So obviously things starting out a bit slow, pace-wise, and maybe to the advantage of the Midnight Express. Although, you know, we talk about the quickness of the Rock and Roll Express a lot. Sometimes we overlook the quickness of Stan and Bobby also.
Well, I have to agree with you this time. I think the Midnights have slowed the pace down very intentionally here. But it doesn't take much to ignite it, as we've said already. There's Robert Gibson coming off with a big shoulder tackle that really knocked Bobby Eaton for a loop.
He had a right hand and got Gibson mad. Obviously came fighting out of the neutral corner and then knocked him down with that shoulder tackle. So now in his own corner, beautiful Bobby trying to slow things down once again. Take his time, regroup right here as he and Stan talk things over. Jim Cornette, bottom of your screen, and you can tell right there, Ricky Morton, a little impatient. He wants things to pick up here. They lock once again. And now once again back to a corner. Once again, beautiful Bobby with maybe the advantage. Here he is, right hand to the face, and now to the back of the head. A third time, and now Gibson has Eaton corner. A reversal. Gibson into the corner, over the top, and a good hip toss to take him out of the corner. And a flying head scissors. Takes him down, makes the tag to Ricky Morton. To the midsection.
This could be it, Tony, right here.
Ricky Morton. I don't think he wanted to pin him right there, JJ. Just wanted to kind of throw him out of the ring, which he did, and he clips Cornette all the way over to the corner. So Ricky Morton throws out beautiful Bobby, nails Sweet Stan, and also clips Jim Cornette down to the floor, and he's stumbling around down there. So obviously things going the way of the Rock and Roll Express. Cornette a little bit nervous out on the floor.
I think his vision was blinded there for a second. He felt somebody tap him on the back. I think he thought it was Ricky Morton or Robert Gibson, and he was ready to unload with that racket, which he claims he never does. But at the moment, he sure had that thing cocked, so he looked up and saw a familiar face.
In self-defense, maybe, and the Midnight Express try to get things together as Cornette, as you saw right there, trying to quiet the crowd down.
There's that fan support, Tony, again, mounting for the Rock and Roll Express, and it can be a little frustrating for a team like the Midnight Express or a Tully Blanchard or Arn Anderson, anybody that's going for all the marbles, because it's an opportunity that you don't want to lose. And when you're having to fight the champions and fight the support of the crowd too, very, very frustrating.
Jim Cornette does not want to listen to it at all. The chant of rock and roll and the cheers from the fans. Once again, beautiful Bobby's strategy obviously has been to put the man in the corner so far. And now he has Ricky Morton there and really working on the forehead. Right hand, that caught him right in the chin. And now it takes him right to the center ring. Makes the tag. Jumping over top, Sweet Stan right. So a great move from Ricky Morton. He timed that one out perfectly. He was ready.
The Midnight Express, I think, figured they had a trap set for Ricky Morton, but it backfired.
And Sweet Stan at that time complained instead of a legal hip toss that Ricky Morton actually pulled the tights. And a tag is made once again to Robert Gibson. And he shows his emotions towards Sweet Stan. Both men obviously not liking each other. And once again, back to the corner. Gibson turns the man around. And now they're turning back and forth on the ropes. Back to the corner again.
Tony, I feel the intensity and the pace is definitely picking up.
Robert Gibson shoves Sweet Stan out, and now toe-to-toe with fist up.
Oh, no.
Stan wanted to get into the ropes. Robert Gibson kicked him right in the fanny. Out onto the floor. Tommy Young calling for the man back in. The Midnight Express going after the World Tag Team title held by the Rock and Roll Express. We'll have more of this action, fans, right after this timeout.
my lava machine. This is my lava machine. Lava liquid. In 30 years of work as my hand.
Back with you for the NWA World Tag Team title, the Rock and Roll Express defending against the Midnight Express. And many opponents out there for the Rock and Roll Express, but I guess as much as any team, these two teams know each other. They've wrestled before. They know what makes each other tick.
Well, they sure do, Tony, and it would be a critical mistake on the part of the Rock and Roll to look beyond the Midnight Express at this point. There's a lot of great teams out there, as you've mentioned, but you have to take one match at a time, and even though they're the champions and the Midnight Express have got to come to them and beat them to win the title, the Rock and Roll Express cannot become complacent. They've got to take one match at a time.
Now Ricky Morton walking right up on the shoulders. The beautiful Bobby jumping over the top and drops down. Over the top once again with a leapfrog. And shoves him right over the feet. Good move, Ricky Morton, with his quickness. Once again, shining right here. And a shoulder tackle. Both men go down. And Jim Cornette, it looked to me as if he hit him on top of the head with a tennis racket.
Tony, I'd like to give him the benefit of the doubt. The camera panned over there so quickly. We really didn't see what happened, but obviously Ricky Morton's in trouble. Something happened.
Ricky Morton thrown right up against the steel post, holding up the ring as Cornette gets up on the apron. There's Sweet Stan. The Midnight Express obviously with advantage now. Ricky Morton on the floor to your right. And right now, the two men on the table, obviously, beautiful Bobby has the advantage.
I think Jim Cornette, from the exuberant behavior, is kind of getting a sweet taste of victory.
I think so also. Ricky Morton obviously in a lot of pain down on that table at ringside, staggering around. There he is. Just moments ago, just to show you how things can change in this sport, moments ago he was on top of the world with his moves, leapfrogging, getting the advantage, but now down on the floor it's much different, as the Midnight Express have the definite advantage right here, holding onto the throat now, or to the head, and pulling the throat against the top rope. And as you can tell, Sweet Stan is going to take advantage of that. Beautiful Bobby dropping down once again. At the bottom of your screen, Bobby, there he is, picking up Ricky Morton by the hair. And Morton in a world of trouble again up against the table. Taking advantage of the table.
Cornette, a little momentary celebration there, but again, I've seen the Rock and Roll Express in action many times, and you don't want to take for granted that you've got him in such trouble that the victory is imminent. A lot of things can go wrong, and before you get that 3 count, you better not count your marbles.
Great double team by Sweet Stan, holding the legs. Beautiful Bobby coming off of the ropes with the elbow. And obviously, things working quite well for the Midnight Express here. Only got a 2 count. 2 counts, and I guess as much as anything else, JJ, the Rock and Roll Express can take a beating. You'll recall last year at Starrcade how the beating they took and still held on to the World Tag Team title. They can take it.
Very, very deceiving. I have to give the credit to the Rock and Roll Express, both of them as individuals, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson. Tremendous amount of intestinal fortitude. They aren't quitters, that's for sure.
And now back to a corner. Beautiful Bobby holding on, looking for a bulldog move, and it worked. Right to the other corner, and Morton in more trouble now. As that bulldog, that time from beautiful Bobby, was right on target. You saw momentarily Robert Gibson trying to rally the fans behind him, but still Morton in a lot of trouble. A tag is made, Sweet Stan. Oh, what a great move that was. Obviously, background in martial arts with that move.
There's a big, big crowd that night in Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, and boy, they were electric, and I know that Jim Cornette figured with all the media people there, that was their shining hour, and he wanted that title very, very badly.
Obviously, Robert Gibson's seen enough. Ricky Morton, while Tommy Young's turned the other way, goes right over the top rope. Fans, this is for the World Tag Team title. We'll take a break and be back with more. Don't go away.
Sir, would you choose hamburger A, a Wendy's hamburger that's made fresh, or B, one made earlier so it's dry?
B, because it's dry, like Mom used to make. I remember as a boy, she'd make dry roast.
And fans, we're back for the Joe Louis Arena World Tag Team title match. The Rock and Roll Express against the Midnight Express. And Ricky Morton still smarting, but it looks like, JJ, catching maybe a second wind right in.
Well, I could see a little mental chess there. Ricky Morton and Jim Cornette eye to eye, but Jim Cornette was sure keeping his distance.
And now still, Ricky Morton really in trouble on the floor. Both men taking advantage in the corner. Beautiful Bobby nailing it, and Ricky Morton bent over right there at the Midnight Express corner. To be on the floor is dangerous, but also to be on the floor in the opposition's corner even more dangerous, especially when someone like Jim Cornette is out there. And now Morton trying to get to his corner, but no, Sweet Stan won't let him there. Right to the chin that time, and Morton goes right back to the rope. Across, sunset flip, Ricky Morton crossed him up.
No referee, Tony.
No referee at all, you're right, on one count only.
Oh, if the referee's been on top of that without the distraction, I think we'd have had new champions.
Now, once again, the presence of Jim Cornette is known. And now Ricky Morton still hurting from what happened outside on the post and on the table. And once again, beautiful Bobby takes advantage of it, working right on the head. As you can see in the foreground, Robert Gibson trying to rally the fans behind the World Tag Team Champions.
You know, there was a little bit of lapse in there, Tony, too. I think if Bobby Eaton had seized the opportunity, even though the referee was a little late getting down there for the count and stayed right on top of Ricky Morton, he might have been able to get that pinfall the second time around. But we had, again, a momentary lapse there.
Now, do you think letting Ricky Morton maybe catch a breath here is any advantage for the Midnight Express? I know he has the pressure on, but still he is down on the mat, and he is not outside like he was once before.
Well, I've seen Ricky Morton in many adverse situations, and I wouldn't give him 1 second to catch his breath. You need to stay on the Rock and Roll Express if you even have the hopes of getting a victory.
And now Ricky Morton coming to his feet. We talked about catching that breath. It's obvious that Morton is under control right now, right to the midsection. And a headbutt. Ricky Morton ducks the elbow, but he did not duck that clothesline from beautiful Bobby. And beautiful Bobby really caught him in the chin.
Stan Lane's going to try to inflict more punishment. In hindsight, maybe it was better to go for that pinfall.
Sweet Stan in there, shoots him across to the opposite rope, picks him up. Morton slips from behind, runs him to the rope, rolls him up.
I think he's got him. No, Bobby Eaton in there took care of that.
Yeah, he rolled up, you're right, and now we have all 4 men in the ring. Tommy Young trying to regain some order. Morton goes out over the top once again. And once again, Tommy Young is looking the other way.
Well, in the defense of Tommy Young, the referee's job is a thankless one, Tony. He cannot have eyes in the back of his head.
And now Gibson dropping down on the floor once again to try to help his partner, telling Tommy Young about over the top rope. But if he can't see it, he can't call it.
That's right. Tommy Young is really the #1 official in the NWA. He missed it, but it wasn't his fault. But he realized he can't call it unless he sees it.
So now, order restored somewhat. It's Sweet Stan against Ricky Morton. And that move, somewhat of a clothesline, takes him right to the mat. Morton looking like he's in even more trouble now. A tag made. Beautiful Bobby going up top.
I think this is it. They're going to try and put him away.
The rocket launcher. He missed.
Oh, he missed it.
With the rocket launcher, and Morton just rolled out of the way. Enough energy only to roll out of the way, up on all fours now.
That knocked the wind out of Bobby Eaton. He can't get over to Stan Lane. Who's going to get there first? And it's Ricky Morton.
Ricky Morton makes the tag, and here is Robert Gibson wanting to come in for the last 10 minutes. Has both men running their heads together. And now he has Eaton to the other side, drop kick. And now it's Robert Gibson, full of fury right now, working on Sweet Stan. As a matter of fact, he's been working on both men. All 4 in right now. Rolls up Sweet Stan. And another save. Beautiful Bobby was in. And Cornette down on the floor.
Fans on their feet. Really a tremendously exciting match. Could go either way.
Right through Tommy Young goes beautiful Bobby. Still all 4 men are in. And now the tennis racket comes from the sideline. Jim Cornette.
Uh-oh, he caught that one.
I think you're right. There it is. Tommy Young calling for the bell. He saw the tennis racket.
Not a doubt in his mind, Tony. He caught the use of the racket by Bobby Eaton. He's called for the belt. This match is over, and the Midnight Express have blown their opportunity to become new World Tag Champions.
But Jim Cornette trying to make most of the advantage. And Ricky Morton in with the tennis racket now. Hitting both Stan and Bobby. Right to the gut. And, oh, an uppercut. Nailed him. So the Rock and Roll Express, by disqualification, will retain the World Tag Team title right here on NWA Pro Wrestling Super Bouts.